Hey everybody, this is Russell Wilks of musclevoodoo.co.uk, musclevoodoo.com, and online channels Muscle Voodoo like this one that you are watching. Remember to click the link below in the description if you want to sign up to my twice to thrice weekly Muscle Voodoo emailer, which is absolutely rammed full of tips about getting stronger, how to gain strength and how to gain strength and muscle mass, how to do this and that, whatever. Really good. Sign up below, it's on the description there, it's below this clip. Also remember to like these videos and give me some feedback, etc. Anyway, today I'm going to get on with this quickly. David is in Moreira, which is in the Costa Blanca on the sort of eastern part of Spain. It's actually halfway between Alicante and Valencia. It's a really beautiful place actually. In fact, the northern Costa Blanca is very lush and very beautiful. Anyway, David is in Moreira and I've been there quite a few times. Next time you can invite me over actually. Anyway, he says that he damaged his shoulder and he's put his shoulder out of joint, and he says every time he essentially raises his arms above sort of chin kind of level or above just up like that, it feels like he's been stabbed in the shoulder, and he's doing physio and everything else to help it get better and etc. But he says he don't want to give up on his leg exercises, but he can't do any back squats at the moment. What would I recommend as leg work that you can do? He says he can hold weights in a sort of arms down position. He can also hold weights in front of him. Okay, great. Well, that's good news. Firstly, David, number one, you can do a Xerxia squat, which I talk about a lot. A Xerxia or Zerka squat, which is basically a carry squat where you've got the weight in the folds of your elbows, and you clamp your hands to your chest and put that down. Clamp your hands to your chest like so, and you squat up and down. Generally use a slightly wider stance for that. I like to use like a 1.5 times shoulder width type stance for that. So Xerxia squat's number one. Number two, you can do a barbell hack squat. I'll do videos on this on other side. Barbell hack squat is basically almost like a deadlift with the barbell behind you, behind your ankles as such, and it's a similar movement to a sumo deadlift or a normal deadlift, but because of the fact that the weight is behind you, there's not that good morning style bend. So it's a squat, not a bend. It's in terms of its primal patterns, in terms of its primal movement patterns, it's a squat and not a bend. The squat is just generally an up down movement involving the legs, whereas a bend is also, like a deadlift is a bend because you have to straighten the torso against force as well as use the legs, etc. So barbell Xerxia squat, barbell hack squat, probably things like maybe a trap bar deadlift is quite good as well, if you can do that, because you said you can hold weights. That's kind of like halfway between a squat and a deadlift really. Things like Jefferson squat, which is basically a straddle deadlift. It looks like a deadlift. Basically, I can't show you, but you straddle over the barbell in an L shape, L step. Remember to alternate which leg you put first forward, and you basically go up and down with the barbell below you, like so. Then also things like a belt squat with the belt around your hips and waist where your arms are not involved at all. That'll also work quite nicely for you. Those are about the ones I can think of at the top of my head. So you basically got to say Xerxia squat is your first port of call, because that's a frontal loaded squat. You'll get the similar kind of effect as a back squat, and it's just generally a great lift. Barbell hack squat, give that a go as well. That's very challenging, and really the grip is the first thing to go with that. So maybe you want to use some straps or something like that when you start lifting a bit heavier until your grip catches up in that position, because it's in quite a compromised position behind you. Said the trap bar deadlift as well is kind of useful in that respect. Maybe also a sumo deadlift. If you said you can hold the weight down, that's fine. Sumo deadlifts work the legs very hard because of the width of the legs, and also there's still a good morning type portion where the torso is coming upright, but it's less so than on a conventional deadlift. I said belt squat, or any kind of belt lift, but particularly belt squat where the belt is around your waist and hips and you're squatting up and down. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head, and obviously you can do leg presses, etc. as well. which are always useful. But those are the things that I can think of. So anyway, good luck, David, in lovely Maroira on the Costa Blanca. Thank you very much for your question. If you want me to answer your questions, ask me here on YouTube or catch up with me elsewhere, but YouTube's a good place to contact me at the moment. And also let me know what you'd like to see in future videos, and maybe I can oblige. I'll do some in the gym, etc. So anyway, as I said, sign up to the mailing list below. It's in the description below if you want to gain twice to thrice weekly fantastic email that's all about strength and power and everything else. And like this video, give me some positive feedback. Thank you very much. And I'll see you on another training video. Good luck, take care of yourself, and see you soon.